welcome to the panel ATL, your weekly podcast that covers sex, love, dating, and issues in the world from a group of amazing people living in Atlanta. Co-hosting for this episode is
Avery
your boy Travon.
What's happening? It's your boy Bryan.
and I'm Bryan with the Y. Let's get started.
Okay, we have 3 segments for our show. The first is What That Mouth Do, our segment where we discuss sex-related topics, love and situationships, where we talk about dating and sometimes the lack of dating. Followed by our Topic of the Day segment where we talk about a hot button issue or just any issue in the media.
If you would like to follow along with our great conversations had in this episode of the podcast on social media, you can do so by hashtag the panel ATL so we can see it, and then hashtag pod in so other people can see it as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the hashtag the panel ATL, hashtag pod in. So yeah, let's slide into the first segment. So
And that mouth.
With that mouth.
So what that mouth do? Normally, I know we kind of be a little more explicit, but I kind of wanted to beat around the bush of the sex questions today. So what's better sex? Relationship sex or single sex? What is y'all take on that?
Single sex.
The way you smiling like you just had something on the way.
No.
But why do you say that?
At first episode, I still haven't had nothing since first episode, but no, because you get to explore. Not saying that I'm like holding around or anything, but you get to explore and try different things. You know, the partner that you have in a relationship, of course, they're gonna have the same moves. But when you got varieties, you know, you got niggas, you got styles, you got pieces.
Okay, come on, yeah, I got niggas.
Sex is more fun. It's more open-minded. So that's my perspective. What about you?
So it was okay. So
This laugh.
before we get over there,
Yeah.
so when you was in your relationship with you know who,
Yeah.
it wasn't fun. Like you
It was
didn't have
really fun. Him and I, we had so much fun. But single sex has always been the best sex to me. Always. You know, I'm not a cheater or anything in a relationship. I don't never miss it once I get into a relationship. But when I have it, when I'm single, it's on. Great. It's wonderful. It's straight relief.
I'm through. Okay. I like relationship sex. Because
It's more passionate.
I don't have a lot of single sex because I don't.
You live in Atlanta though, right?
I live in Jonesboro. I don't have these opportunities to be just open and willy nilly. It's just I don't like. I'm a monogamy whore. I like to be with somebody. If you use my boo, we get it all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm all about pleasing. You know, when it comes to my boo. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
the same thing. I'm the same way. I just do
like
single
randoms.
sex better.
I feel like my count is high enough. I think I'm still less than 10.
Girl, that's not high.
What?
It's
Oh,
high
this
enough.
year?
Wait, are we counting
Or
Period in life. I'm a good Christian.
oral?
Okay.
Right.
Oral. You're not gonna talk about what that said.
But see, people, God bless you.
I'm a good Christian woman.
Clearly not enough.
I'm a good Christian woman. But no, I love relationship sex. To me, it's just an extra passion. It's not all about the quick and the fast as you take your time. You start from the top to the bottom. You just go do it all. Just have fun and enjoy
If
it.
you find the right person to have sex with,
I like the connection. The connection makes it that much better for me. That's why
And that's
That's
why I
relationship
can't, and that kind of leads into why I really can't choose, because it just all depends on that connection at the end of the day. So if, of course, you're in a relationship with that person, so you have a connection with them, and I would hope that, you know, things won't become boring and you try different things and things like that. But I've had situations where it's like, oh, we have this great like sex connection. Outside of that, there's really nothing. But sexually, it's like, oh, we we on the same page. We're on the same page. So it's just like, but even those people become like consistent in some way. So when it, like a one and done, and not so much, because I'm not big on like giving you everything when it's a random situation. Like I don't want to give you everything. Like I'm not a big kisser if we're not in a relationship. Not in a relationship, but like dating.
He's like, no.
No, like I'm not a big kisser, and just I can't, because that is a form of passion, and I can't develop that just right off bat or with just anybody.
That's what I'm saying. Relationship sex is a little bit bad.
Well,
But kissing is not a deal breaker either. I've had sex and not kissed at all.
I need some of that, but
I want to say I'm torn.
torn in between the two.
Yes, Latoya, like it. Favorite member of Destiny Child.
Come through.
Because she's the only one from Destiny Child who has had a career outside of Destiny Child, and they're like, wait, bitch, you was in Destiny Child. Like, think about it. All the other bitches, it's like, oh, from Destiny Child.
What's the girl name?
Latavia, Farrah, Kelly, and Michelle.
Now, see,
was in the room for 5 months.
Now, Michelle has done other things.
But everybody knows.
Kelly has done other things. Now, Latoya, she been on
Girl, when
TV
Jesus say yes, nobody can say no.
Other things than that. She had a whole R&B album. It was cute. I lived for it.
Name me 3 songs.
It was Unexpected. We Break the Dawn.
Solange wrote it.
And what's the other song?
Exactly. Moving back to
What I was saying. Don't come for Michelle. Kelly, come for Latavia, all you need. Leave Latoya.
Don't she supposed to have like a reality show? Latasha.
She was on one season of R&B Divas.
She was the one who got on that thing of birds flying on Wendy's show, right?
Yeah, that was her.
I can't.
That Wendy was like,
We was like, So, they're going to watch you.
Moving back to what I was gonna say.
Sorry.
The funny part about it is I can't. Oh Jesus! I can't even remember what type of sex I had before I got a relationship.
Well, if you are in a relationship, so the sex change when you're in a relationship.
that is true. It does. You kind of forget a lot about yourself.
Well, let me say, I forget. Like I know I was having great sex, but you know, like I think me and the person I'm talking to, we had a conversation. Was like, who had the best? Like, do I have the best sex for the person that he's been with, and vice versa? And I was thinking, like, damn, I literally can't remember. Like, and that's not bad. That's not good either. It's just like, damn, I literally be focused on your ass. I don't even remember nobody before you. Granted, I do remember like people. I was like, oh, I know for a fact that was great sex, but I can't remember it being sex. I just remember me telling everybody it was like some good ass sex. But back to the question. I think it just depends on the person. And does it change? It definitely does change. And I say that because when your relationship is good, you're having good sex. When you're having problems, your sex life shows it. So it's like if we have an argument or we're having an argument, but we've got over it, but we're not like good place right now, like the best place, I can tell it by our sex.
Yeah.
Because
So is there no such thing as makeup sex, or there is?
Oh, there is.
there is.
Wow.
And you'll be able to tell that makeup sex too.
Yes.
Like when you're with somebody, you get to know them. It's like a feeling. Like you become one. So I can tell. They're gonna Jack.
Oh, it's actually Jay Versace. He posted something on Instagram.
Girl. Anyway, so I do get to learn them, and I can tell when we're there. But one thing about single sex versus relationship sex is, I would say, with single sex, I can fuck and go to sleep, or fuck and be like, like I used to have this thing when I used to be out there hoeing my ass. When that nut come, girl, it's like a race. Like who be the first one to say they gotta go to work in the morning or something, and I'll be gone. But when you're in a relationship, you gotta sit there, you gotta cuddle, and like me, I'll be having mood swings. Sometimes I don't want to talk, and I know that's bad. But when you're in a relationship, you have to consider those things. Like you can't just fuck and not worry about their nut. Some niggas do. They some fuck ass.
That's some bullshit.
But it's certain things that I have to do when I'm in a relationship to consider how they feel in their sex versus just mine. So, sex better relationship, I will say yes, because there's nothing about trusting the person, having that one passion with that one person, and like when I slip up or like if you don't use condoms or something, it's like, okay, I know this is the only person I've been with. Versus single sex. Single sex is risky, very risky. And I think that's what makes it good. It's like, you don't know this person gonna offer good dick, good ass, or is this shit gonna be trash? So
yeah, it's very mysterious.
Are you gonna leave with a parting gift?
I don't want no part of it.
I am not laughing at that.
I don't want no bum. I ain't trying to itch. I'm not gonna talk about
But I think of single sex, I think of more of a fun way. I don't think of it more of a risky way. Right now I'm having fun.
As you should, because you're single.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not having fun right now. Fuck niggas get money, but I'm having fun.
This is really wild.
Fuck niggas get money.
But why aren't you having sex? You're single.
So
Please explain that.
Well, I'm not having
Girl,
sex
you know
right
you're
now because I'm one of those people where I'm focusing on myself.
Come on.
So my career,
Come on,
my
Chad.
education,
Secure
my
the bag.
personal life, my finances are more important than trying to get some dick at night.
secure the bag. Yes, get that money.
So I don't really, and then plus on that, guys are full of shit. Like they're just full of shit, and I don't feel like dealing with that every time.
So everybody think about the best sex they ever had.
Ooh, I'm not.
Let me know when y'all got it.
recording.
The best sex you ever had. Let me know when you got it. Raise your hand.
Does it have to be intercourse?
Oh,
Because I'm a
Oh,
big.
that is deep.
no. Whatever you classify. Whatever you classify.
With clothes on, that's fine.
Now, was that single or in a relationship?
Single.
It was a situationship.
It was single for me.
I'm gonna have to go with him on a situationship.
I was young.
I had never met that person previously.
It was last year.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at myself. I'm thinking, and I'm just like, girl.
You still can't think of your
But yeah, so I find that funny that like you said that,
But listen, what I'm telling you, I knew this person. We was here. Like, okay, so for me, when it comes to single sex means I have no ties to anyone. A situationship, we got some kind of it's a situation. Something's there. We got some kind of communication popping off. You know me, I know you, stuff like that.
so you weren't trying to make a relationship.
I think I was. He was.
Well, I had sex buddies.
I be trying, but anybody trying to do that.
I found out
consistency.
I know like it's getting off topic, but the most I've only had one. I've had success with not looking for it and just letting it happen. When you have that good sex session, and then you hit them up, and then that's all y'all do. You know what I mean? Hey, that's what it is.
And then we'll see what pride is.
And that either turns into a consistent friends with benefits or turns to relationships with.
No, friends with benefits.
Okay.
I've had two. That was some great ass sex.
Yeah.
One ghosted me. I don't know what happened. I'm just saying they ghosted me. But I want to believe and I want to say that the best sex that I've had best sex in both. But I feel like there's nothing like having that passion with the one person that you're with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Granted, I've had some great ass moments.
Absolutely.
But if I had to choose, I would choose having that moment with someone in a relationship.
What makes me mad, when you're single, you've been with somebody for a long period of time.
Yes.
I was my ex for 2.5 years.
Yes.
I haven't had great sex since then.
But you're also not looking for great sex.
Because ain't nobody worth it out here. Especially where
You
I
made
like...
sex with them so great.
It was the connection. And for me, I'm a passionate person when it comes to that. I make sure you straight in that sense. take care of you, get some massage. I kiss you from all over, you know what I'm saying? All that. I'm telling my secrets.
I feel like you do a lot. That's why you can't have a single sex because you be doing a lot.
Because I like to please who I'm with.
Ain't no time for that when you say.
I ain't got time for all that wham bam, thank you, man, hallelujah, praise the Lord, go to church on Sunday, see you on next Friday. I ain't got time for all that.
Because sometimes the sex that makes you weak in your knees and you about to fall trying to get to your car is the best sex. I'm just saying.
Well,
I've heard it. You still be shaking it to the car. Trying to clean initially.
I can't.
Pray over.
Is he still fucking me for what? 2 stories from his apartment or not? Like,
that is the greatest sex. But you know, after hours after you have sex and you still feel like you fucking, like, just sitting in bed and you just be like, hell, why I feel like I'm still getting pounded? Like, at least for me.
it's gonna be explicit, but there we are. Or single?
Both.
Okay, good.
Both. I mean, because the last one I had, boy, when I say what's the face did his job, man, I love that man.
We don't love any hoes.
Anybody have anything else to add?
No.
I'm just glad that me and my ex we're best friends now. We're not fucking anymore. That's all I have to say.
Do you have the potential or the opportunity to swing back for
him?
For a sample of the dick and ass?
See, I'm so deep into my friendship with him now. I don't even think about it anymore. I mean, in many cases...
How good was the sex if you don't think?
It was really good, but my friendship is super important to him more than anything. So, I mean, hell yeah, I would. I mean, at this, in deep thoughts, hell yeah, but reality, no. I wouldn't. That's just out of respect of being an ex. I wouldn't do it.
Man.
That's okay. And on that note, we're gonna slide onto a break. I can't relate. Like, I just can't relate to that. You talking about Mark, right?
Yes!
Just making sure.
I got one ex I'm trying to backtrack. He playing games.
I have a bad habit of circling back, so I try not to, because I do it all the time.
Now, if we have a topic about
it's just
what ex you
like
go back with,
you know me.
I have one ex that I'm going to go back with, and it ain't Amari.
That's really all I want from that man. But first, he just had a son.
He got a child.
He got 2 kids, supposedly.
Oh, Brandon.
He doing it good.
He not with the girl.
What song was that when they said the baby's in the closet? What?
I don't know that song.
That was a lead.
I was subscribed to
It was
it.
I'm about to play it.
But he just his member was large. I had sex with him twice, and that was a wrap.
Yeah.
Kind of. Like, our friend group knows. My friend group, they're not friends with him. Like, everybody, the people who matter know. But other than that, not many people know. My mom knows that she did not like the fact that it happened. Because I was 16 when he took my virginity.
At 16? How old was he?
15.
Bryan, I forgot Bryan has been gone away. I'm like, girl, did you not hear our episode where we talked about our ages? When did you lose your virginity?
Oral? Or like...
You know what? I can't.
I mean, I have differentiated.
I lost my oral virginity in elementary school, so...
Oh, see,
Right. That's the case.
then 17 is when I first did oral.
And
Oh my
then,
God, y'all are so innocent. Jesus.
And then like actual penetration.
19. I'm so proud of myself. But girl, after that, it was just...
Maybe it was 18. It was very soon after. Maybe it was 18.
Was it good?
It didn't last long, so
that's probably why he didn't remember my age.
Yeah. It was very, very quick.
I found sexual freedom after I lost my virginity. It was just, I don't know what it was. I was just like, I'm fucking everybody. What? Fucking everybody. So I was
straight days.
I had lots of days.
As soon as I lost my virginity, it was just like, well, let me find a female. Then it went to men. I'm more skeptical when it comes to men now. So
I do not
you can't fuck everything that you see. Every dick is not. Every dick and ass is not the healthiest or the most cutest or the most mature-ass.
Okay, Bryan, you ready?
Let's go.
I'm gonna do one of these magazines because a bitch is motherfucking burn.
You don't walk out here with a whole 3-piece suit on.
I had an interview today. I have a fashion buyer job now.
I'm gonna praise the Lord. Is this thing on? Is this bitch record? ATL. Okay. All right, y'all. Welcome back to the show. How everybody done? All right. So we're gonna jump to the next segment, which is love and situationships. The topic during this segment is very near and dear to my heart. It's about no fats and no Fems. I am offended because I am a fat and offended just a little bit. So
Trade on the weekends.
for real. So, all right, fellas, do we as a gay community discriminate against each other?
Yes.
Yes.
Especially the black gay community.
Yes.
I feel like the white LGBT community, they discriminate upon each other, but not as strongly as the black gay community.
I disagree.
You disagree? What? Unless you know a situation.
There's several articles online that talk about like black and white. The whole gay community as a whole, not even just black people. Mm-hmm. The whole gay community as a whole discriminate. With the white people, you have no fats, no Fems, no blacks,
no Asians, no Latinos,
I've seen that.
No HIV positive people. You have this whole list. When I'm reading your profile of what you do not want to have.
What do you want, child? Tell me what you want.
But then I'll be getting to the bottom. Then I'll be like, nigga, what do you have to offer? Because you ain't got shit. You need to get a fat in a film and somebody who HIV. You need to get everything that you don't want because you don't have shit to offer these people. So my point B behind it is just like, you be saying all this. But should I be having my list too? Like 401k, must have 401k, must have a job, must have a car. I be like, you want no fast films? I got a whole list too, because bitch, I'm finna kick you off my profile like you do.
Exactly.
But you know,
I don't have a list. I mean, I don't.
But how do you feel when you go to people's profile and they say those things about?
Well, I'm not fat, but it does hurt me when I see that. I'm trying to say this is the most.
Equivalent to you saying that like Lady Gaga with that tweet that she's tweeted.
Hey, she had good intentions.
How would I say this? Okay, it does hurt me when I see no fats, no Fems. It hurts me when people say no trannies. It hurts me when people say no dark skins. That hurts me because I'm a dark skin. And I dealt with depression when I was young because a lot of people wouldn't accept me because I was dark skinned. I thought I was ugly because I was dark skinned. So it hurts me when people say no dark skin. They got this stereotype about how dark skins like this, ain't that, they'll take your money, they'll steal from you. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, like, based on your skin color, are you serious? But it hurts me when I see stuff like that. It even hurts me when I see stuff when people be like, so if you ain't mobile, then, I don't fuck with you. And they don't even be mobile them damn selves. So I don't even understand that.
I never understand, because girl, I catch a lift for Uber when I don't have a car. So I don't even, like, there's resources. There's your mama car, next door neighbor, there's a cab, there's the MARTA bus. I just be so annoyed with, like, the whole
but it's painful to see stuff like that, especially from the Black LGBT community, because you never know, the one true love that you have may be fat or they may be film. And a lot of people don't realize that. People who are muscular, all you want is a muscular body. And what I don't understand is the fact that it's a masculine for masculine situation, and they don't even be masculine.
Yes.
That I don't understand. I'm not all about the whole thing. My profile says, honey, I would rather like to date somebody that's artistic. So that's what my profile says, and take it as it is.
Well, let me ask this.
Uh-oh.
Do you think there's a fine line between having a preference and being discriminating?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so explain it. Because somebody can say, me saying no fat, no femmes, no dark skin, that's my preference. I'm not attracted to
But you're saying no, like you're not even leaving the door at least.
But my thing is, why do you have to announce it? You can just
And that's my
deny the
thing,
fact
too.
if they go on your DMs. You can
Just
them.
ignore it.
You don't have to
Bitch,
put it out
do
there
it like
like
that.
Say no, thank you.
No. Or
real.
block, because the gays love to block.
They love to block.
So just block every person that you feel like does not fit into your thing.
You can say, hey, how you doing today, beautiful? And block. I'll be fine with that. Just seeing all of that. No facts, no films.
Right. Because I think your preference is your personal preference. That's what it is. When it becomes discriminatory, it's when you have vocalized, this is what I'm completely not going to do because of whatever reason.
Yeah.
Because for me personally, I can say I prefer dating dark-skinned men, but that doesn't mean I don't date light-skinned.
And Bryan's light skinned, so those out there looking for a nice light skin.
He high yellow, y'all.
I love dark-skinned men. But anyways, I wouldn't. That doesn't mean I don't date light skinned men. It's just a preference, and I wouldn't say no light skins.
For me, like, my mom thinks that a dark skinned man shouldn't date another dark skinned man.
Why?
Why?
I don't know. I mean, the sweeter the Dr. Berry, the sweeter the juice, and when you mix two of them together, it's sweet ass. They come blueberry lemonade. So that's what my saying is.
So what you guys are saying is once you put it on your profile, when you're saying no this, no that. That's when it becomes discriminating.
Yeah.
Versus having a preference.
Yeah, and then also how you go about treating those individuals that you don't date or that you don't like or whatever the case may be. How you treat those individuals. Because if you're saying no dark skin, well, is it so you don't care about the personality or anything like that? They might have a banging body.
They might have a good 401k plan.
Might be good at
it's really, I mean, obviously just sort of affecting them negatively because then they're missing out on opportunities.
Yeah.
Something for me that I've done is like I've gotten more of an open mind when it comes to situations like that. Because I had an idea of what I liked, then what I liked didn't work out. So now I'm kind of opened up. At first it was kind of, because my ex is kind of like my ideal. Like, I know it's so, like, not slimmer, kind of like, cute, shorter than me, little pint shy, but I've got to point now, shoot, be my size, let's go. We're going to be hot, but shit might be hot. I don't, now the only thing, I have one thing, I have two things that I need from you. You can't miss an NET. I'm a smile person. You gotta have a beautiful smile. It can be crooked. Once it can be over here, but your smile can be pretty. But you can't, like, when you smile, this two can't be missing. I can't. I have to think about teeth. And then you can't look like a tree monster. Like when I wake up to you in the morning, I'm like, oh, hey, babe, whoa, shit. I have to be able to wake up to you and be comfortable when I wake up. That's it. That's all. That's the only two requirements. You can be great as you want to be.
This shocks a lot of people, but I don't really like to date people who are my size. I like to grab on something.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
We're sure.
And I didn't know that I enjoyed guys bigger than me until I was with a bigger guy.
I'm telling you, man, dating the booty just right. I'm telling you.
Ain't nothing wrong with a big guy. nigga. I'm telling you.
If you got a cute,
You'll eat good and you'll be cuddled.
You'll eat good. You'll be warm and full. You'll be good to go.
Yeah, as long as you're confident about it and it's not like a sloppy thing, then like I'm all for it.
And height don't matter to me.
No.
It don't really matter to me. I mean, I've dated somebody. I tried to date somebody that was 5'2", and hell, shit, I dated somebody that was 6'7".
So would you guys say you don't have that know this? Like you don't have anything?
Nobody my mother's age. That's the only thing. That's my no. My big no. Nobody my mother's age. Hey, babe, I don't know.
A lot of people are probably gonna be offended by this, but I hate dreadheads.
You don't like locks?
I like locks
when it's clean.
I don't like dreads. There's a difference. There is a difference. To me, locks are pure, natural, and long. Dreads are those little mop heads that be walking around here in Atlanta.
But see, I was told by a person with locks not to call them dreads because it was something that it's a term that white people
correct. Yeah.
To obviously demean those with locks.
Correct.
It's like dreadful.
But see, people don't know the difference. So when I say I don't like dreadheads, people think it's just automatically I don't like them or whatever. Nobody under my age. I can't stand people who are like under my age. No, I just don't. I don't like that whole. Boys are so immature, and they just don't grow up really fast.
What is wrong when they doing no better, child?
They're not.
You guys see your own question, Bryan?
I think a no for me. Man, I'm really open-minded, so it's hard.
If they don't like oral, then that's probably no.
Yeah. No, I can't say close-minded because that's too general. But I would say no. Probably I would co-sign with him and say nobody younger than myself. No one younger, because normally that doesn't work out well for me. Yeah. And not because I'm discriminatory, just because based on my experience, it's just not a preference of mine.
I don't even like dating people around my damn age. To me, it's 25 to 35, honestly. But
yeah, I had to put a cap on mine because it was getting.
I remember that conversation. It was real.
I respect the ones that are right there. There are ones that says just be yourself. I respect them because
they're not out there.
There are some that are out there. Well, it's not many in Atlanta, but there are some when you actually catch them. They're kind of like the most sweetest people from the ones that I've met.
You lucky.
So what, I don't even know. What are you talking about? An ancient fish or something?
When they're on the profile, they say just be yourself. You know, they say the my DMs are open for all. You know.
Okay.
But those are usually not the cute ones, though.
Some of them are great. I mean, some of them work.
I've never met any of them, so I don't know what you're talking about.
They're usually not the cute ones. They're usually the older, not attractive. No, they have to be attractive. Little salt and pepper.
Just a little salt.
A little salt. Don't Beijing your beard.
Do not.
Yeah, Avery, I want to hear your response.
Yes, let's hear it.
I don't discriminate. So I've talked to somebody deaf. I've talked to somebody blind, in a wheelchair. The list can go on. Like, I really don't discriminate. So I don't, on my profile there, well, when I had a profile, there's never, this,
How
that.
do you have sex with somebody in a wheelchair?
Oh, we didn't get that first. I don't know. I mean, the same way. Like, girl, thinking that shit is the best, or you turn this in. But anyway, we're not talking about that. I don't discriminate, but I will say I like to be the devil's advocate. So when y'all was talking, I was just like, but wouldn't it be more of a preference versus discriminating? Granted, I do feel like it's discriminating, but then it's like, is it a preference? But then I thought to myself, I'm not attracted to white men. I wish I could. I feel like,
I didn't know
Wait,
you
hold
said
on.
that in the recording.
Hold on. Before I got woke, I felt like my life would be better with a white man. We'd be all happy, fun, and dandy. His family would sell me off on the land or whatever. Anyway, but I'm not sexually attracted to white men. When I had a profile, I never said it because it's like, I don't know. A white man may run in through the DMs and we may talk and then we may have a platonic relationship, or maybe I will be sexually attracted to them eventually. But so I understood what y'all meant about there's a difference between discriminating and a preference. My preference is not to date a white person because I'm not attracted to them. But I would still respect them and I would still reply to that message, and I wouldn't put white people because that's just it's
all in delivery. It's in the delivery. Because your profile doesn't have to say no people. You know what I'm saying? Like, no to anybody.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying. And
like,
it's just like,
put it out there.
And that's what I was actually going to say when I was thinking about the difference. It seems like discrimination is based on a group of people. So I think technically that's discrimination because a preference is something that that a person can.
That is a damn preference.
I don't think it's a preference
I think it's a preference
because it's hard to explain. I wasn't ready, but
let me give you some time.
Yes, give me some time because I just
a preference and discriminating. I will say there's a difference because I prefer black men or men of color, but I'm not 100% close. I'm not going to say no to white men. I literally was on a date with a white man.
So really we can't say that. So with that said, then a preference is something that you are looking for, not something that's no this. Because if it's no this, then that becomes discriminative.
I feel like a preference is something that you've had or that you've seen that you're used to. So it's something that you know that you like.
Right. And
that's
so
for me,
not a denial.
And it's like, so this is what I'm used to. This is what I've had. This is what I've experienced. So I like this.
Yeah, that's how
I don't know about you.
Yeah.
And so like my preference is to stay over here and not be over here.
And do we agree though with the profiles that say no blacks when it's coming from another black person? How do you guys feel about those profiles?
I'm like, girl, you done this.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Girl, bye. Get your motherfucking queen ass up talking about you don't want no black dick.
But let me ask you this.
There used to be bottoms in there, okay? But the motherfuckers get on my nerves. I'm sorry. I wish he didn't say that because them bitches, them be the ones that I don't like get on grinding for. I hate them bitches.
This is bothered, girl.
I am bothered and tired.
Let me know you done.
I'm done.
So is it self-hate if you don't want to date a black person?
Yes.
That's self-hate?
Yes, it
That's
is.
a preference.
Yes, it is.
Would it be a preference?
Yes, it is.
Double standards.
Tyler, the creator, said something like that. He said he don't even date black men himself. That's the only thing that I just don't understand about Tyler. Because it's like Tyler.
But can we say the same thing like Kodak Black said he don't like dark-skinned girls?
Yeah, he said that too. Yeah, I remember that.
Self-hatred.
Is that self-hate though? Because he still like black girls, just not dark-skinned girls.
I mean, when he ugly though. So
Yeah,
he shouldn't have some preference.
Street monsters. I'm trying to tell you, they out there.
But I mean, I have seen them. Normally, they're like the jock guys, and I see them in groups. But this was back in Florida, not so much here in Atlanta. But
They here.
they are snow queens, as they call them.
Y'all giving me all of this lingo. I thought I've been gay for about...
There's a lot of them there are in New York though. There are more in New York than Atlanta that would be black guys that be like some no blacks.
I have a friend. He's mixed. He only dates white guys.
That's fine because he's mixed.
How's that? Why is it fine though?
Okay.
Why is that fine?
What do you call that interracial?
I mean,
yes, because he's a different
in the eyes of the law, he's a black man or whatever ethnic race he may be.
He is
that race.
Well, let's go by now that box you check on your standardized test that says biracial.
There is a mixed box on the test.
But to me, it's more acceptable if a mixed person did.
No, because Tamara did it, and they've been ripping Tamara to shreds.
True, they have.
Yeah, she's Tamara. Her dad is white.
acknowledging that this is my background. You know what I'm saying? So as a mixed person, I think it would be self-hate if you just don't identify yourself as being part black or don't interact with part of who you are, your DNA, your culture.
But what if you generally just not attracted to your own race like that sexually? Is there something wrong with you? Is that race? Is that...
Well, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so there was this boy that I went to school with when I was doing my associate's degree program. And he was dark-skinned just like me, 5'6". And his preference, he would date nothing but white men. But he never had a sub-hate for black men. I think he just says that he feels that sexually and sexually they were better for his preference, and they were better in the relationship.
Let me tell you, Sean, man, nothing like a black man. Let me tell you, Sean. Man.
I'm a man of color,
Yeah. All colors. But I'm just saying, it's something special about that black man. But all people, I'm sure, are lovely in men. I'm going to say this. Disclaimer. I'm sure all people are lovely.
Usually it's one bad experience that spoils the bunch. Like,
yes, that's where I'm at. Okay.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah. So that's usually how that develops. Yeah. Because I went on a couple of dates with this guy who was Cuban, and he was like, my friends are going to be so shocked. And I'm like, why? I'm like, because you're black and not Hispanic. And I was like, why is that shocking? And that was
that was politically incorrect. I do apologize. That was an ignorant statement.
That was very ignorant.
And I was like, oh, well, why don't you, ever... Because if I didn't know that you're a Cuban, I would think you were black just because of his skin tone. Mm-hmm. And he was like, just, they this, generalizing all gay black men. And obviously, I was not part of that group. Well, maybe I was because we don't talk anymore, but... So it must have been one bad experience. He still likes my picture on Instagram, but that's all that matters.
We should have listen to this episode.
Definitely.
But would y'all date someone Asian?
I haven't been opportunity.
I've seen more cute Asians than I've seen cute white, so hey, possibly. I've seen some, they be cute.
I think when the time comes, it's like an Asian comes to me and he has an interest. It just depends.
I don't discriminate. It's just I'm like,
yeah, he'll be a bomb though. He can't top me.
Why is that? Oh no!
I don't like interracial porn where the white person be topping the black guy. Sorry, gotta leave.
You can't drop the mic on that. Sorry, no.
I said my piece. I don't want to explain it.
And that's what makes white men treat the black men like we're some sort of fetish because I just want to be pounded by a black guy because people don't enjoy that.
Well, you been beating on us for years. You ain't finna beat on them in this bedroom. Let him beat on you, shit. That's why they fetishize it because they used to beat on us so bad they don't know what it feels like to be beat up.
Pause. Can we edit that out? That is not okay. I'm not here for it. Tune in to Bryan's separate podcast.
Sorry, white people. We just joking.
To continue the discussion of No Facts and No Fems, there is this great documentary that is in the works by Jamal Lewis, and if you search Jamal Lewis No Facts No Fems documentary on Google, you can find out so much more information, and you can hear his story about why he wanted to start this documentary.
Well, welcome back. Hi. And we are on to the next subject. I hope you guys are still tuning in because it got a little intense there for a second. But as it always does at the panel ATL. So I think our next topic we're moving forward to is outing in the gay community. And how do we feel about it? Where are our heads at? Go ahead. Because I know how
I felt like I did a Danny, so I needed to show. So I'm not gonna go first.
Okay. I'll go. Okay. I feel like that's childish. I feel like it's disrespectful. I feel like it's just too much. I understand that, especially if you're in a situation where you're with somebody and they're in the closet, like, babe, it's okay, be free. Stuff like that. You kind of want your man to be out here these streets with you, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's not your place, whether it be with debating or all the other kind of stuff people do out here. Because Tumblr, I chat Tumblr.
Don't send news with your face. Do not send news with your face.
Let them know.
And crop out your tattoos.
Exactly.
Right, or that birthmark.
It's like it's too many opportunities for people to out folks. Like these celebrities, these athletes getting caught left and right.
Girl, which athletes? Who don't find them?
We were talking about this on the last. I think the last episode we was talking about this. What were we talking about privacy? Was that the last episode?
Yeah, that was the last episode.
That's how I feel about outing in the gay community. It's a sign of respecting someone's privacy. I don't like when people are outing. Let me go to the gay boy that basically basically put DLs on the line on social media.
The DL detective.
That DL detective guy. I don't like him because of the simple fact that you make them do things and you treat them like trash. But then at the same time, don't those guys know that they're filming? Like,
no, I think I saw one of the videos and it looked like the other guy had no idea.
No idea?
None.
I've seen just one video and it's the guy that's outside his car and he's.
I mean, besides him being ugly, and I don't understand, he was clearly desperate because I was like, bitch, never. He couldn't say hi, bye, hello, I got a fry for you.
Yeah.
But I don't think they know. I think he that's his thing. That's his whole thing, and I really hate to talk about.
Well, that makes it worse, honestly, because you're just putting them out there with them having no guaranteed knowledge of the fact that they're being filmed. That's why I don't have really respect for him. And he always try to, come for people in his social media about how he's treating these people, and it's like, well, dude, what can you say that you're doing that's right? And he says, well, I'm doing it to save us from getting HIV and STDs and stuff like that. But that's not what it just, all of that don't just come from the DL community. Right. That's in the heterosexual community as well.
Right. Shoot, that's in the out community.
Yeah. So, I don't see his point. I never see his point. That's why I just don't like the man. And if he hearing this podcast, I don't give a fuck. Because I just don't like the man at all.
I just don't think that it's... Because I'm very curious as far as like what an individual gets out of that, because I see the statuses all the time like, girl, so and so is gay, or girl, I got a video of this guy with this transgender and all this stuff, and it's like, what are you getting out of that? You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like it's someone's secret, not even secret, but it's someone's personal life. Like it's someone's personal life. I can't imagine using it against them or outing them when they're not ready, because I know when I even thought I was ready, I don't think I really was when I actually vocalized it to like family and friends. So
right.
I'm ready. Like the struggle. So why?
But some people don't understand it. If you was born in a family that accepts gays and they're open and stuff like that, then some of them do not understand that level of privacy. They don't understand that level of respect. For some of us who basically had to be in that closet for a while and was scared to basically come out, we understand that, because we understand that if somebody actually put us out around that time where we're trying to experiment our sexuality, then we would have been upset, mad, embarrassed, all types of crap. And I've seen people who basically kill themselves over stuff like this.
Yeah, it's but at the same time though, it's those who have been accepted. Like for example, the transgender who went to the guy's job and was talking about wanted to out him.
Yeah.
Like, I just think that why? Because he lied to you or cheated on you or whatever the case may be. Like,
I mean, men are gonna do that.
Why? Regardless. So why put their business out there? And you as a trans person, I'm assuming you would have some sort of idea already, like that. It's like, why would you want to release your own personal business as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just don't think it's appropriate. I think that it's very immature. I think it's disrespectful. Like, you literally have no respect.
It's like releasing your most deepest secret. That's kind of how I look at it. You know, it's like releasing your most deepest secret.
I was out there.
I'll kill a bitch. This tell me about my deepest secret.
How was that? I mean, I was out there too, but I don't know. Like, mine's didn't. It's funny your story.
When I was in 7th grade, eons ago, I came out as bisexual, as most of us do when we first decide that we're gay. We're like, I'm bi. Some of us might actually be bi when we first come out. And that is not anything to the bi community. I'm just saying for us gays hold on, wait a minute.
I'm not gonna let this motherfucker.
For some of us in the gay community, when we try to soften the blow at first, we say we're bisexual, just so, he still likes girls. Maybe there's a chance, and it's not.
We're still kind of halfway in without that closet.
I'm very out.
Yeah,
very out. But I told my friends, and my other girls, my homegirl was like, "Oh, well, can I tell our other friend, girl? Yeah, she ain't in the class. So let me go ahead and tell the girl it's cool." So one of the girls told the friend. I come to school the next day. The whole grade above me now knows my business. Damn. So everybody's like, "Brandon, you bi? Brandon, you bi? Brandon, you bi? Brandon, you bi? Huh? What? Huh?" And so I'm literally like frozen. Walking through class, going to gym, going to math, going to lunch. "Hey, Brandon, I heard you bi, bro. You bi your faggot." And like, "Bro, what? What?"
Well, let me put this faggot ass on you, then. But I had a smart mouth.
I didn't find this mouth of mine until about 2011 when I went to college. I was very, very shy. But it was like when that happened, it was like horrible. And then 8th grade it happened again. I went to a new school. I was kind of sick to myself. And then I was dating this white guy.
That's where you first met.
That's why I messed up. He was like this golf kid. And
girl, that's exactly what
at the time I was emo. So it worked in my favor. So we understood each other on that very dark level.
Was y'all cutting each other's wrists?
No, I didn't start cutting my wrist.
Did you cry when the lead singer of Linkin Park died?
I didn't cry, but I was my heart like flooded.
Yes.
I was like, oh,
that's what I said.
Oh,
Linkin Park got me through.
I was Green Day. I was in the Linkin Park.
I was Warpaint.
And Panic at the Disco.
Still Warpaint.
Paramore is
Paramore,
Paramore and Flyleaf.
It's another rock band group. And then listen to
Irrelevant.
And then
they're so dark. They're so dark.
Chemical Romance. My Chemical Romance.
I love Chemical but like Flyleaf got me through.
Flyleaf.
But come to find out, they were a Christian rock band. And I was like, y'all are dark, but you got me through so much. And then his mom found out, and then she called my mom, and then
oh my gosh, I hate when the mom. I personally did the mom thing happening.
And then I used to write him notes in school because when you were younger, notes was it.
Yes.
Like hey baby, and you go, notes was it, And so I was sending him notes or whatever, and then he would be on the bus reading the notes, and people would take the notes and they read them, and I'm like, oh my god, so everybody knows stuff that I would be saying. I was a very naive child. It was just too much.
Okay, so let me say this. I feel like I didn't have to come in because I don't like the whole outing thing. But do you think there's ever an excuse to out somebody? Because we talked about the video with the transgender where she outed her boyfriend because he cheated. Then you have, let me finish, you have Jay Versace who says he didn't mean to out him because he was being bullied. And I think there's one more instance, with the transgender who her new story was that he tried her, that he wasn't about money, that she was recording because she felt attacked or offended. Do you ever think there's a reason to out somebody?
That's not reason.
Or do you get a pass? Like, okay, I understand.
No, because outing can get you in trouble. I'm going to be real honest. The detective got shot.
He did get shot.
So,
yeah.
I value my life just a tad bit more than that. I feel like outing somebody like that get you in trouble. If you out the right one, it's the right. You be missing. That's all I'm saying. It's not smart because then you look bad to other people in your community.
That's the big thing about that for me is like my reputation and my name. Like, you're the one who outed this, or you're the person that like that's not a good way to be looked at.
And who's gonna want me if I'm one spreading everybody's business? Like,
right.
You can't hold water.
Even if I'm openly gay, like I can't share anything with you because who knows what you're gonna.
You might be telling my homegirl, hey, he said your wig crooked, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have time. Like, it's too much for, like, the community will then turn its back on you trying to save everybody. But you just being messy. You just being petty.
Right. I would like to make an announcement. Jay Versace, you are a messy queen.
Well, I want to say this.
You're a messy queen for what you did to Princeton. And... yeah, you will always be known as a messy queen for what you did in Princeton. So that's all I have to say. You're still funny though.
So this is what I said. Something what I said. When it comes to I say there's one instance when it's okay to out someone.
Never.
One. When we're not outing in the sense of they're gay, but if they're going around spreading disease. Like,
oh yeah,
they have not.
Are you outing them being gay, or are you outing them about their HIV?
Well, it's not even HIV. You go around herpes, like that. Because like, if they're going around not knowing that they have it, and it's like a list of people that have been with this person and they have it now, and they know, like I'm saying, like it's like that's the only instance because that can get you locked up.
I can tell a story.
You know what I'm saying? That's attempted murder from what I heard.
I could tell a story about that, about a boy that my brother and I used to know. And yeah, he had HIV. He knew he had HIV. He wasn't taking his medication, but he was having like unprotected sex. And he basically was just giving everybody a disease over and over again. At that particular point, we just had to say something about it to every person that he was sexually having encounters with.
This is where people are going to disagree with me at, because I feel like, granted, someone should always tell you, but at the same time, that is where I'm kind of iffy, because my thing is, you should ask. That's what I feel like you should ask. If you're laying down with somebody, and this is way off topic, but I gotta say it because I just can't let what you said just be out there.
Going right,
If you're laying down with somebody and you didn't ask, that is on you. Both parties have a responsibility.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you shouldn't be out there, but I just feel like if I sat up here and laid with somebody and had sex with them unprotected and I didn't ask, that's not the fault. Is not all 100% on them. It's on me as well.
It's not.
Unless they lie. Now, if they lie, if I asked you, then that's
what
different.
I'm speaking on. Like, if you knowingly.
No, I got what you were saying.
Or passing stuff around.
And you didn't explain your situation a little more, but I just wanted to say that I feel like it's both parties, and that's I have a friend that is HIV positive, and they tried to talk to another one of my friends, and so it's me, the middle friend who know about the HIV positive friend, and there's a friend that the HIV positive person was talking to. Okay. So the friend that knew ran and told him, and I was just like, that's not your place. And he's like, but what if they like each other? What they have said? First, once again, girl, that's not your business. That's not your place. That is up for them. You could go tell the friend who has HIV, just make sure, are you going to tell them? Still, that's not your place anyway. Right. But if you still want to
have that conversation anyway, like, you don't know.
Exactly. That's not your place to beat them to this. It's never your place to out somebody as far as their HIV status, as far as them being gay, straight, or whatever. And I think, for me, I'm used to gay people outing people. That's been around for years. But when I see a transgender person do it, and my thing is, there's so many transgender women out here who are being killed because of the fear. And I say fear because the cis, well, they're not straight, whatever, the black men or whoever the fuck is killing them has a fear of being outed. So my thing is, that your sisters are out here being killed because of the fear of people finding out that they mess with transgender, and you will actually do that. So it comes to me that it's like, if he would have shot you, you would have been another statistic. But you've caused that. I feel like we, as a community, whether it's gay, straight, trans, we all play a role, because straight women play a role. Because I've had several coworkers come up to me like, "Oh, is that person gay?" I don't know, girl. Even if I wouldn't tell you.
That. Don't ask me if somebody is gay.
Exactly. But let me finish this.
Sorry.
We all play a role, because everybody's trying to figure out somebody's business. That is why people can't be 100% themselves, because they're so afraid that they're going to be outed or people going to find out their business. So we all, gay, straight, men, women, all play a role. And I just feel like it's not your place to out somebody, whether it's their HIV status, their sexual orientation, they like trans women. That's not your place. And I think we as a whole cause so many problems in our gay community because of that. Because we put this fear on people that being gay is a bad thing or being trans is a bad thing. Girl, like whatever you like. But I just feel like that is something that I had to say, because I feel like that is the reason why so many trans women are being killed, is because of this fear. So when I saw her on video doing this, I'm just like, well, damn, she just killed another transgender woman. She didn't even know it, because somebody's gonna look at that shit and be like, I wish that I would date a fucking trans woman that did that shit to me, because I would have killed her.
And she looked silly doing it. How was silly?
No, my situation was more so on the fact that he wasn't being honest with everybody. And he wasn't basically, and it was to warn the people, because we all knew him as like the people he was fucking with. We were friends with these people. And they was just like, yeah, he's honest and stuff like that. And they explained the story to us, and we would be like, so do we say something? Because your health is at risk and you don't even know it. So it's in that particular situation. It's looking out for people when one person is not being honest with another person.
I agree with what you said. If it's like a friend situation, you can speak to the friend, but like the friend that has HIV, but it's still, like you say, still not necessarily any.
Bryan being that, not the one with HIV, but the one dating, would be like, Bryan, y'all using protection, right? Like, there's other ways you can do it besides being like, girl, so like.
So I had heard.
Well, no, it wasn't like that. It was 4 years ago, but it wasn't like that. It was more so they would ask questions and they would just look at us, and then it's just like we couldn't hold it anymore at that particular point, because they asked over and over and over and over again. And I mean, the person that had HIV didn't get mad about us saying it. They was mad more because of the simple fact that I think they were mad at themselves more, because they wasn't telling them or anything, and they was going through the drama. See, when you're going through the bullshit at that particular point, then you regret every single thing that you've done to those people. And so I didn't get bashed at all for it. So it was more of, look out for friends, watch out for your friends,
Yeah, and I agree, obviously, if you have the opportunity to help someone, then yeah, definitely take advantage of it. But I do agree with Avery in reference to if you know someone is HIV positive, not letting everybody know, just because.
Yeah.
And I've been in situations where people have told me they're HIV positive right off the bat, and I've been in situations where they told me much later, and to the point where like we've had moments where it's been like an open forum, like completely I disclosed stuff and and you would think that would be the opportunity that they would do the same, but they did not. And it wasn't until like later that they're like, hey, this is what I have going on. It's like, well, then why didn't you tell me before? And it's like, well, I had to make sure that first I could trust you, because if that was going to be the end breaking point, who knows what that person was going to do and tell everybody and And so another reason why specifically those who are HIV positive do not disclose, because they don't want everybody to know.
Yeah.
They'd rather have that person who they're having that encounter with know, but you can't trust everybody, because there are people out there who get off on the fact of telling other people's business.
I feel the way I do in reference to when I mean outing, I mean, call the police if you know somebody going ahead being.
Not the police.
Because I have a friend who has HIV, and this is my baby. Love him to death. Hey, you know who you are, Shook. But no, he called me in tears when he found out, devastated, and he was like, the guy knew. That he found out that the guy, like, from in his friend group, that the guy knew. I was like, call the police. The fuck? Like, handle your business. Like, and
I'm not gonna out you. I'm gonna fuck your life up.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if I put it on Facebook and did what the transgender woman did.
Mm-hmm.
But girl, I'm going to the police. And I'm gonna fuck your shit up.
Like,
different. But also, I did say that all the blame ain't on you. So after I fuck your shit up, and I'm sitting at home, I'm like, girl, it was your fault too. So, yeah.
That's what, but like the thing is, like, if there was, I don't know if they had the conversation beforehand, but you know, if it's just like, I now know that you know, and we've done this, and now I have HIV, I'm feeling broken. Because I don't know what to do now at this point when you've lived your whole life one way and now you have to live your life another way because of something that's something that is not out of your control but out of your control. You know, but you know, so for that's why I took my stance on that, because of my friend in that moment, because that hurt me for him. So I don't like that shit. Mm-hmm.
I want to switch it.
Let's switch it.
So, we talked about outing. I didn't even, when I thought of the segment, I didn't even think about like outing HIV statuses. And we talked about sexual preference. What about outing somebody as being trans?
That's horrible.
How did y'all feel about that?
Everything's horrible. It's all horrible.
Yeah, all of it is horrible.
Like, there was a guy on TV on Survivor. The guy,
watching that.
He outed one of the contestants as being trans, and everybody was like, "The fuck you do that for?" The whole cast except for him. He was like, "You tell us you were trans." It was a trans man. He was like, "It's none of your business." The fuck you being trans with your life.
We talked about we kind of talked about when to disclose as being HIV positive. When do you think it's acceptable to out yourself when you meet somebody that you are trans? And I know, like, we can't really say fully because I don't know.
I can't answer that question.
But if you was to date somebody, when do you think it's appropriate? When would you want someone to tell you that you're trans? Or even HIV positive? When would you want them to tell you that? So let's start the dialogue there. So when would you want someone to disclose to you their status as well as if they're trans?
Well, when we're first talking, I feel like that's important to disclose. I usually ask questions like, I don't really care for HIV if you have it or not. I mean, because I don't discriminate upon that. But if I feel like it's important, so as if you're encountering something sexual, of course it's important to say, hey, do you have HIV or not? And if you are taking medication regularly? You know, that's me. That's strongly me. What was your last checkup? Are you healthy? You know, all of that nonsense, because I've been with someone that has HIV before, and I know the procedures and the health concerns with it. Trans, I've never been with trans before, but I would think it's the same way as HIV, like disclosing as soon as you know, start talking to them, right? Yeah.
I feel there should be an allotted amount of time where they get to know you before you just drop a bomb. Now, a bomb necessarily, in society's eyes, a bomb. For me, I could date a trans man. I came to that conclusion a few months ago. I'm very proud of my progressiveness.
Me too.
Because you had a good experience, or because
no, I'm just open. Okay, open to it because I don't know. You know, because it's about trying things, being open. I'm very open now. God is good. God is open my chakras. Huh? What? Nah, I'm very close. But no, I feel like there should be a lot of amount of time where you have, like, for you in your mind, you take the time to see, can I have this person be in my space? Can I trust this person? Can this person do I think this person can handle what I got going on? There should be that time. So I would say, realistically, maybe between a month to 3 months, just so you can see how it flows, depending on if it's like daily conversation, maybe a little sooner. But if we're just
because you jump into stuff fast, so
I'll take a sweet.
He's real slow.
I'm real slow. But no, like just as long as we're communicating, being open, being honest, just when you're ready, do what you got to do.
I feel that way. If we're not going to have sex, then take your time. But if we're going to actually initiate sex, then you need to tell me HIV. Trans, take your time. But if the person already knows that they're trans, then I don't really see any point of they know. So
I agree with the allotment of time, because I do want you to trust me and I want to trust you. And I want to create a safe space for that individual to divulge whatever it is, whether it be that you're trans or HIV positive, which I've noticed now, sidebar, and let me know if you guys have heard of this, but a lot of people don't say HIV positive anymore. They say undetectable.
Oh yeah,
have you guys experienced that a lot?
But that is a whole different.
But everybody's not undetectable.
That's what I'm saying. And some people.
But I'm just saying, I feel like that eases the blow for some. That's fine.
And I feel like some people lie. Some people be like, I'm on PrEP. I've had, and this, if he's ever listening. Never mind. But
motherfucker,
I had to tell him that I was, because I had heard from a friend. But I was already on PrEP, so I was like, but they told me they was HIV negative, and they said they was on PrEP. So like when I heard this, I asked him again, and I was just like, it's whatever. I'm HIV positive too. And then it was like, yeah, I didn't want to tell you. I stopped fucking with him because I can't trust you with my life because you've already lied to me. Like, I don't have it. I don't have HIV. I'm on PrEP. But at the same time, like, we had that moment that I asked you your status. You lied. So if you lied when I gave you the opportunity to speak the truth, I can't trust you. Like, I don't know what you would do to me.
That's a tough spot, though.
Leave me somewhere.
I think it's tough for them to disclose.
Well,
so I mean, because if they didn't feel, because it's different if you're posing the question and creating the safe space when they are not ready.
But you're having sex with me unprotected.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Luckily, you was on PrEP.
Yeah, and I mean, that's for anybody. And I tell the person I'm talking to now, I'm on PrEP. We don't use condoms. And I tell him all the time, you don't need to put your life in my hands because you don't know if I'm lying, if I'm even taking my medicine or whatever. So for me, I have this mindset that I go into a situation, don't care if you are. I like to ask. It's just, I just like to see if you'll tell the truth or whatever. So, because when I go into the situation, I assume everybody is HIV positive, and I'll be like, okay, girl, you got to take care of yourself. You got to make sure that you put the condom on and all that. So it doesn't even matter to me. With that being said, when I meet people, trans, I don't really know because I don't discriminate on anybody. But I will say if you are going to tell somebody to disclose like that you're trans, I would say you need to do it not sooner than later.
Yeah, I don't want to be shocked by that. I don't want to be shocked.
Yeah, I think you need to get to know them. That way you'll be able to trust them. Yeah. And then I do think, whether it's a trans man or a trans female, you do need to take that friend that can be there for you to protect yourself and then be able to comfort you as well, just in case it doesn't go the way that you want it. Yeah. Now moving to the HIV side of it, I think there's no perfect time to tell somebody because I have friends that go through the thing of I don't want to tell somebody when I first meet them because automatically they're not going to want to get to know me. That's what they say. I don't know if that's true. I think personally, the date before you're about to have sex with them. And I say that because if it was me, I wouldn't want to disclose I'm HIV positive with someone when I'm heated in the moment or even thinking about we're about to have sex because I may not tell because I am scared. And then I don't want to tell it in that moment when we're about to have sex because if you don't want to continue with this, it's like my whole self-esteem has been shot down, and blue balls. So it's like all those things together that I think there's no right time to tell it, but I do think if you're going to do it, you need to do it the day before you think you're going to have sex. That way your hormones aren't raging, as well as like you can cut your losses.
And don't announce the shit after sex. Like, that's just crazy. Some people do that. And
I love pillow talk.
So, yeah.
I'm just thinking about you as a person. Don't do it after sex when y'all laying there.
Well, no, not disclosing, but
and
just...
then you like, I make sure... Because that...
Just talking, just...
I mean, even
that's a lot.
Even when you're negative, you shouldn't even say it after.
And
no, I'm not talking about it. Just...
Oh, yeah. Because everybody's not... Like, I understand that there's very few gay people in the world who's open-minded like me or like us. I've like, y'all heard, wheelchair, blind, deaf, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
So, but I know everybody's not like that. So, thinking about all the friends that I have who are HIV positive, the friends that I know go through some of these situations, I've heard and I've listened. That's why I'm able to kind of give you my advice, which is not firsthand advice, but from what I've heard and me being someone who's a little more accepting, I think that'll kind of be a little better than anything. But there's no perfect time to tell nobody.
No, it really isn't.
Yeah, but just don't lie. Like the fuck nigga.
Tell the fucking truth, bitch.
Tell the truth.
Just be truthful.
Yes.
If I ask you a motherfucking question and you tell me a motherfucking lie and I find out, bitch, that's your ass.
I'm trying to scare people, aren't you?
As long as you created a safe space. Because if it's like the second date and you guys are playing 21 questions and that's the question, you're like,
that's the best game.
Well, I don't even know if I want to date you or lay down with you. So,
and I'll say this for the HIV negative people. Please, as a person who's HIV negative, to my brothers and sisters who's HIV negative, if someone discloses their status, please do not just automatically shoot them down. Like, I understand that is
keep it to yourself.
Keep it to yourself, and I understand that it is a lot, to think because of this whole stigma of what we think it is.
Yeah.
Tell them that you thank them for telling you. Just tell them you need some time. Do not just automatically shoot them down. But I think telling them that you need time is very acceptable because just like it took them however long to accept that they're HIV positive, if you're going to move into this and date somebody who is, you need time to evaluate that as well.
Absolutely.
And they should allow that to you. But just, I would say be respectful because the same thing that I said about outing people is the same way I feel about this. We cannot, as a society, want people to be open with this and tell us the truth and be 100% themselves if when they do it, we
give them negative feedback.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
That would just
honor the ones that at least are honest to you.
Just be your authentic self. Take your time.
Not too many.
If you need your time, take your time. And give those who are receiving information their allotted time to process and accept or deflect. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just be ready for all sides.
Yes, and if that happens, it's okay. They just weren't meant for you.
That wasn't your baby in the first place. Right. On to the next.
Did you want to talk about the thing that she texted me a few weeks ago? You haven't been.
I've been texting you about a couple things. Which one?
The
titles or
what's that?
I guess we can phrase it as outing yourself on social media.
Yes. That's a great time. Yes, I think. Okay, you're right. I was scrolling through Instagram and stopped by this picture of someone posting their HIV status online because they have given themselves like that oral quick one, like the one you get at CVS. They had tested themselves and posted that they were negative. But I have seen that so many times, and I texted Avery and let him know. I said, we should talk about this because I guarantee you that they would not post it if it was a positive status. So I get that you're trying to promote get tested and things like that. you can do that without posting your status. Like, if you're negative, awesome. If you're positive, awesome. Either way, it's your personal. It's something to keep to yourself, personally.
And for the ones that I've seen this on Instagram. Somebody posted that they took their HIV test and posted it on the bio of their Instagram. Y'all, please stop.
They do it on Jackson.
Yeah,
I used to be one of those people that say negative as of January.
Right. And have a picture of the card as one of their.
Try to look at the picture.
It's crazy if you have to have it on Instagram.
No, like, what are you trying to prove? Are you trying to prove anything? Because I really think that it's not you promoting getting tested
everywhere.
Yeah,
folks trying to get it from everywhere. They just trying to get booty, tang, ting, tang.
I carry mine everywhere in my pocket. So I carry the little card that they give me, or the little sheet.
Why?
They give me a card. When you're sexually active, I feel that
Gotta still trust that.
You gotta carry that thing around me, of course.
What? So you can like slap it on the table? I'm negative.
No. You don't give it to every person, but if they ever ask for it, they want to see if you've been tested or if you've been healthy, then you show them that card. That's what the card is for. That's why they give you the card.
Because this whole idea of if you're HIV positive, you're not healthy. So I'm not getting on you. I'm just saying, listen.
Try to say.
It's
just, that's what the card, at least that's what they tell
And it's like, and also
that's what the card is for.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, you did an at-home HIV test. Do you have STDs? Did you do the whole thing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
how much it cost to do it at home? Is it expensive?
I think the CVS one is like $40 or $50.
I never did the test.
Well, I'm gonna say this because I
would test myself
at
to do
home.
it.
I just rather let somebody.
I need a lab. I need you to take this to the lab and do science.
I would say this. I was triggered because when I read it, I was like, I read your message. I was like, what does he mean? I was like, like you posted on there, like, I'm thinking like, what's wrong with? No, I'm just thinking like, what is wrong with posting that you're HIV negative? But then I thought about the last time that I went and got tested, and I got my results back, and I said to myself, oh, let me post this on Snapchat. And then I said, well, will I post this? Will I post it if I was HIV positive? Would I be really still posting it? And then my mind was like, girl, no, you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. So then it was like, well, then if I wouldn't post it if I was positive, I wouldn't post it if I was negative as well. Granted, I didn't get to like your idea of why not to post it, but it was, for me, I was just like, if I'm not going to post it if I was positive, how am I helping? What is my reason for posting if I'm negative? Like, is it just to brag and be like, oh, everyone, I'm HIV negative? But that's not the point of why you should be posting your results anyway.
Right.
It's supposed to be awareness.
I'm very curious. What will people say if you post your HIV positive on your page? Will people think you're bold? Will people think that you're crazy for even putting a personal business out there? I'm really curious what will people
Brandon
say. Yeah.
Brandon will be like, hey, I'll show you. Especially for something like that. For something that...
Like, I would be deeply sincere.
I'm going to do the same thing I do when I see the HIV positive. I double tap and keep moving. There wouldn't be nothing else to do. Like,
other people. I'm thinking for more of other people, not necessarily myself.
Yeah, for somebody to post, hey, I'm positive. Make sure that you know your status. What they say, let's say, know your status. Like, hashtag know your status. You know what I'm saying? Just to put out that. Not saying that everybody's going to do it, but if somebody were to do it, it'll be something powerful and bold to see.
Yeah,
I
think so too.
I think it'd be great.
I've looked at somebody's profile, and when they have had their HIV positive, I was more inclined to messaging them because I was like, well, shit, clearly they are 100% truthful with themselves, and they're not in this old shit of what the gay community should be. So I'm more inclined to messaging you because of that. Because I'm like, well, at least I know they're not here faking. They're gonna have a decent conversation with me right now at this moment. So but once a minute, I'm open-minded, so I'm like 1% out of how.
Right.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, like there's a lot of people on Jack that I've seen that's like that stay positive. Like, oh, okay, well, show him how you doing.
Yeah.
You know,
As long as it's like, hey, just so you know, I'm positive, and not like I'm positive. Let's continue to do it raw, and
I've run across them too.
I'm down for whatever. Raw.
Them pages scared the hell out of me. Honestly,
I remember when I first. This was like back in like A4A, where you actually had to go on the computer. And there was no app. I remember I was 18 and the page said positive and all, raw and let's do it and that. I was like, I think I sent a message. I was like, is this a real page? And he got so offended because he was like, and then he started insulting me and things like that. And then blocked me eventually. But it was a genuine question. So I'm like, well, why would you?
Some people, we actually talk about that.
Yeah.
Very later. Some people are into that. Yeah. That's just.
I'm
kidding.
I have no time.
But yeah.
Have you ever posted your
No, I've never posted my results online. Ever. Like, I'll say, hey, at the health clinic, maybe. But
or like getting tested,
Yeah.
So that people know, because that way you can do it. Like, at the clinic.
And I'd be the bitch to be like, girl, they never posted. They haven't posted 8 hours since, girl. They okay? Hey, girl.
You can text my line if you know
right.
Get the results.
I'm
not putting it on social media.
That is the fact that I wouldn't post it because my social media represents my brand. And it's like, I don't want people to really know I'm having sex. I mean, this podcast is great.
How old are you?
Great.
How old are you?
I'm old.
Especially
I'm 23. But
baby, in your brand of work, we all.
I mean, people would know eventually. I mean, we're adults.
Actors, we fucking out here.
But I don't say really nothing about my sexual life on social media. I just feel like it's nobody's business. To me, sex is kitchen table talk. Like, this podcast is kitchen table talk. So I'm comfortable talking about this like this on this podcast or with my friends. But on social media,
What we should call the podcast the brunch?
It's different. It's different on social media. I use that. I'm an activist, so I use that for like activism.
I just don't want. I would hate for people to, because you have those pages or those people that you follow that just post like. I have a friend send me he sent me pretty much all his nasty people on Snapchat because I like watching porn. But
I got a nasty Twitter,
and they're so nasty, and it's like, okay. At that point, once I see that you've done nasty things on social media, I really don't care about your personal life. So it's like one night they'll be like, oh, I'm having sex, my boyfriend's eating me out, we're out in public, and we're having sex. And that's cool, but then you're going off about your work day the next day. So when are you going to have sex? When are you going to have sex again? So that's why I personally wouldn't do it, because it's once you're sexualized, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Now, okay, well, my brain is this and YouTube and just running my mouth. I do want to act, but I like to talk more. So it's kind of I would put something like that on my social media only because I like to talk about things that I've been through and that have helped me grow into this amazing, accepting, loving, wonderful person that I am today. I'm trying to be. So I wouldn't mind posting something like that on my social media. Probably in a vlog on YouTube.
But I think your platform is different because you're talking about it.
Brand's Universe, subscribe.
Okay, I think that is it for this week's episode.
I want y'all to know that we was in a room with a stripper pole and the whole.
And nobody used the struggle post.
Nobody used it.
Don't worry, this night is yours.
It's a bachelor room, so we can only guess what's been happening.
And people love to say gay people this and that. We're all everybody in here is gay. We ain't used stripper pole.
No.
Now, if the straight people was in here and the bi people, them pole would have been used.
That pole would have been the whole recording.
Brian, let me say this. Brian did not even tell us till last minute that he was in a play. No support.
And congratulations.
Tell us about the play name, the direction.
It was original play, written and directed and Winston Wilson.
I love him.
He had a stage reading of the show back in January. Got some feedback, made some changes, and then wanted to bring it to the stage. Not everybody, of course, could commit to it, so he had to replace some characters, and I was a replacement character. And it was so much fun. It was pretty much about this. It's kind of like a coming-of-age story about this guy who becomes famous creating these comics, and you know what fame does, and he developed a drinking problem, and then things transpired, and he's just a mess until he gets to the end and realizes, like, hey, I am a mess. And I played his best friend, so no plays coming out. I'm going to take a little break right now. Looking for an agent.
Come on, agent.
Yeah, okay, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Was you supposed to be the gay best friend?
Yes.
And was you supposed to be sleeping with the other dude? Because he was kind of cute.
Yes. The clapper.
The clapper.
Yes.
Okay.
He got the clap.
Yes. No.
Oh.
That was his little token.
Okay.
So I felt like I didn't let everybody. I told. You know who I told?
Eric.
Yes.
And you gave Eric the discount link, and I was like, girl, I don't
No, and I said put this in the group me, because at the time I didn't have the space on my phone. I deleted a couple of things and I downloaded.
Oh, now he got time for us.
No, I still have my Vista. I had to let some other things because that's important. But I said post this in the group me, since I don't have group me, and he never did it. And so when I finally got group me, that's when I posted it. So that's why I was late. But are we doing hashtags and where you can find us or not yet?
No.
Okay.
Brendan, where can we find you?
Alright, y'all, what's good? What's up? It's your boy Brandon Wallace. I am an actor, YouTuber, podcast host, doing poet, writer, all these great things. You can find all of my YouTube videos on YouTube at Brandon's Universe. That's BRANDON apostrophe SUNIVERSE. Yes, you can find me there. Follow me on all social medias. There's a lot of them. The important ones are Instagram, _ Brandon's.universe, and Snapchat, Brandon Darnell Wallace. Check me, well, Brandon D. Wallace.
Girl.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
You go last, girl. See, I feel like you got a lot.
I was going to give shout out to all of the winners of the 2017 Honorary Awards from Art of the Hub, which is my cultural hub that I have, which is kind of an online blog, but it's kind of sort of inspired by Saint Quran.
How many you just got using sort of and kind of?
Sort of, kind of, but it's inspired by those two.
And it's amazing.
So I have 14 general categories, and should I say the names?
You just say all the names of the winners.
Okay, so for Best Creative Direction Work, it's Curtis Bryan. Best Uprising Recording Artist is Ingrid Danielle. Recording Artist of the Year, Damien Nova. Best Independent Song and Musical Performance is DJ with the song You Lost Me. Fashion Designer of the Year, he actually won 4 awards. So he
and
did
this ain't
Fashion
even
Designer
here. It's his award.
Best Menswear Design, Fashion Entrepreneur of the Year, and Outstanding Fashion Styling and Consulting goes to Demariana Butch. Best Women's Wear Design is Honest Taylor. LGBT Activist of the Year is Erica Hart. Outstanding Public Figure Excellence is B-Hawk. Best Visual Artist is Trevor Blake Jackson. Outstanding Photographic Artistry is Joshua Rashad McFadden. Oh my God, y'all have to see his art. It's so amazing. And Outstanding Performance in Film and Art is Jamal Jordan, which he made this amazing short film called Come Over that was premiered on Slate TV. But those are all of the winners. And I just want to thank you guys because they sent me like so many things. It was like, this is great that you're doing, and I was crying and smiling, and you know, I just feel like we should give honor to those that are creative. So 472 names that were submitted. Out of 472 names, 54 of you guys was nominated, and 11 of you guys won out of the 14 categories. So congratulations.
That's great.
Anyways, I'm a creative director. I'm not really a stylist anymore. I really like to say that. I'm a fashion buyer now. I'm a job now. I'm a visual artist, and I'm an activist of gentrification and African American society. I have a business called Art Belt the Hub, which is a cultural hub. You can follow that on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can follow me, my other personal page, which is Von Marquise, BONMARKIES on Instagram and Twitter. And boom, that's it.
Well, I'm not that creative as y'all. I have literally, there's nothing to advertise but the show. But
it's your baby.
It is my baby.
Yeah, that's your baby.
Yes.
I literally, I'm self-employed now, so I do freelance marketing. Lord, it's about to be a struggle not having a paycheck every 15 days.
You're self-employed.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah. But so I'll be doing that. I'll be doing the show, making sure we are great. I'm going to New Orleans in the morning. But other than that, that's it. Oh, follow me on Twitter, Instagram at Fuck Your Taco. That is FBCK Your Taco.
I'm not a social media person, but you can follow me on Instagram at Bryan Anthony Actor. That's Bryan with the Y, and you can follow my craziness on Snapchat. I'm not nasty, but if you are, please. It's over, but it's Bryan Fine again. Bryan with a Y. Bryan Fine on Snapchat. And look out too, because I forgot to tell you guys I was nominated for a Metropolitan Atlanta Theater Award. Something I did when I first moved here. So we found out the ceremony is the 27th, so I'll let you guys know.
Please. Please.
Follow me on social media.
So I can make plans.
Yes.
Yeah. And be there.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm really excited. Awesome things have been happening.
Hell yeah. So.
Before you hit that, I just want to say, because I've never talked to this man, so I'm just going to do it public on national air or whatever. Thank you to our new editor,
Marcel!
He's amazing, and he doesn't get offended by the things that we write.
Yeah.
And he's black, so he's a black creative doing his own thing.
Yeah.
The first one was white. We have nothing against a white editor, but clearly he had things against us. But neither here nor there. We found somebody who's editing our shit, who's amazing.
Come on.
And who helped me come up with this intro that y'all heard the last episode in this episode. So give it up to him. All his information will be in the description, and that's it for me.
This was good.
Well, that's it, guys. Thank you for listening to this week's episode. If you enjoy our show, please subscribe to it and rate it on Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, SoundCloud, Google Play. Oh shit!
Girl,
My life.
give it to me, girl.
I'm gonna do it. No, girl. I'm gonna do it.
That's it. You got it.
That's it, guys, for today's episode. Please tune in. Fuck.
Alright, everybody. Alright. Thanks so much for listening to this week's episode. If you enjoyed our show, please subscribe to us and rate it on Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and Google Play Music. Also, if you have any suggestions or to write in a letter to the panel, please email us at thepanalatl@gmail.com. That's thepanalatl@gmail.com.
I want to do the last part, the little one. This episode of the Panel ATL is edited by Marcel Eadon.